Hi Engineering Janta, I am Vaibhav Shukla and today we are going to understand the infix to postfix expression conversion using stacks. Fine. This is another video in the free DSA series that we are building for you so that you thrive high in your career. Fine. So before I dive in deep, go ahead, follow these social media handles so that you never miss a hiring update, and top 3 comments stand a chance to win the Prep Insta Prime subscription for free for 3 months. So go ahead, comment below this video. Fine. Now, before I begin that how you can transform infix expression to postfix expression, you should understand what exactly this infix expression is. What is postfix expression? Fine. तो छोटा सा एक ट्री का कॉन्सेप्ट समझते हैं. फाइन, वील अंडरस्टैंड अ वेरी स्मॉल कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ट्रीज एंड देन आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू what exactly infix expression is, what exactly postfix expression is. Fine. So what I can tell you is, अभी जनरल मोटी अंडरस्टैंडिंग तो पहले ये रखो कि दिस इज infix expression. Fine. Why? Operand and in between there is a operator. Fine. So whenever there is an operator between the operands, fine, generally it is infix expression. When the operator is before the operands, then it is prefix expression, and when it is after the operands, then it is postfix expression. Simple. Fine. So I guess it is quite simple to understand that if it is after the operands, then it is very simply postfix expression. Fine. But is this a postfix expression or a prefix expression or an infix expression? Confusion हुआ ना? Look, I told you this is infix. Fine. This is prefix. This is postfix. Fine. यही बताया ना मैंने. If it is like that, then ये वाला expression क्या है? What is this expression? Postfix है, prefix है, infix है. Let me tell you, this is a postfix expression. Fine. Postfix expressions ऐसे भी दिख सकते हैं. Let me tell you, ऐसे भी दिख सकते हैं. But the bigger portion is that if, to recognize easily, if finally the expression is ending with an operator, then it is usually postfix. Fine. In a prefix, you will generally have all the operators before and it would be ending with an operand. Infix का simple है, बीच में कुछ ना कुछ इस तरह से operator होगा और दो साइड पे operands होंगे. Fine. Now let's come to the actual problem, how actually infix, postfix and prefix are decided. Fine. So this is actually a concept from the trees, these notations. This is also called polish notation. This is also called reverse polish notation. Fine. ये भी नाम है इनके. So imagine there is a tree like this. Fine. There is a tree like this. Just imagine this is a tree. दो branches हैं. Fine. And this is a tree. This is one node, parent node or root node. These are child node. Fine. For any infix expression, you actually follow infix order of traversal of this tree. Fine. इस tree का infix traversal primarily infix to infix order या infix expression आपको देगा. What I am trying to say is, this particular tree, if traversed in infix form, then it results into infix expression. Now what is that? Basically it is generated out of in order traversal. We will study everything in detail. बहुत ज़्यादा confused मत हो जाना with all this. Don't get a lot confused. Just think in order traversal कुछ होता है. Fine. What is this? In order traversal में first you visit left node, then you visit root node, then you visit right node. Fine. Or first you traverse left subtree, then root and then right subtree in the same manner. fine. So simple है, left, root, right, fine. So if I go by this, first thing to traverse, I start traversing, and first thing, if I traverse the left node or left subtree, it is A, then root plus, and then B, fine. If I traverse it in post order, fine. What is post order? I'll write. There is one more traversal, post order traversal. We will study this again when I'll be teaching you trees. Don't worry. But अभी सीख लो, concept की तरह सीख लो. It will come forward in further playlist, but अभी काम आएगा. Fine. Now, post order traversal gives postfix expression. Now I told you AB plus is the postfix expression. Let's see if we were right or not. This says first left subtree traversal, then right subtree traversal, and then root. Fine. Then traverse root. So if I go with this, first I traverse A, then I traverse right subtree, this is right subtree B, and then root, fine. So AB plus, fine. If I do pre-order traversal, there is one more traversal, only 3 traversals are there in a tree, in order, pre-order and post-order, which are generally done. So in pre-order, first you do left. Is it true? No, it's not true. Why? In this you first traverse root. That's the main difference between any other order and in pre-order. Here you first traverse root, then left subtree, and then right subtree. Fine. So if I go by that, root is plus, then left subtree is A, and then right subtree is B. So the expression is plus AB. Fine. Which is the prefix expression. That is how you get prefix, postfix and infix expressions. Fine. Very simple, easy. अब समझते हैं कि how we can transform this infix expression into postfix expression using stacks. Fine, because we have stacks. So let's do it. Fine. So I erase all ink on the slide and I go back. So there are few rules. Now the first question is, इतने सारे rules याद रखने पड़ेंगे? No, don't worry. These are very simple rules. Once you understand, you will automatically remember them. Fine. Once you dry run once or twice. Fine. Now, start scanning the expression from left to right. Say that this is the expression only. Fine. This is the expression. Wait. I'll start from simpler expressions and then we'll move to complex expressions. Now, if the scanned character is an operand, output it. If you start scanning, first character is operand, a variable or a alphabet you can say. Fine. This is called an operand. Number bhi hota to bhi operand. This is operator. Fine. Which does an operation is an operator. Fine. So if the scanned character is an operand, print it. So I am writing output here. So I just print it. Now, if the precedence, now if it is not operand, if you encounter an operator, then what you need to do? If the precedence of the scanned operator is higher than the precedence of the operator in the stack, or the stack is empty or has brackets, then push the operator in the stack. Basically, what am I saying is, I have a stack. If it is empty and I encounter an operator, push it. Fine. Or if I had an operator where the priority would have been same or greater, then the case would have been different. But if the priority of this operator, this particular operator, is greater than what is lying here, then you push it. As simple as that. Abhi samjhaunga, don't worry. Just be with me for a while. Fine. And then if there is any bracket inside your stack, then you also push it. Fine. Now what am I saying is, right now stack is empty, push this plus. Fine. As simple as that. If there had been an operator, say randomly, I'm saying this, fine, ignore this for a while, we'll come to that later on. Say that you had a divide here, fine, a divide operator here, division operator, then in this case, if you had encountered a plus, you could not have pushed it. This cannot be pushed, fine. Why am I saying so? Had there been a bracket, you could have pushed it, but right now it cannot be pushed because you're having the precedence of this scanned operator. The precedence of the scanned operator is not higher than the precedence of the operator already present, fine. If the precedence of this would have been higher than this, you could have pushed, but right now the precedence of plus is not higher than division operator, fine. So in this case, you have to pop out the division operator first and then put it, fine. Basically, मैं क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ बताता हूँ, don't worry, fine. ऐसा होता है, there is a precedence of operators which is this, fine. The precedence order, this is precedence order, fine. The precedence order of this division operator is greater than plus. Similarly, if you have this operator, fine, which is multiplication operator, this is also higher in precedence of plus. Plus and minus are of same precedence. Multiply and divide are of same precedence, but multiply and divide are greater in precedence than plus and minus, but the power or the exponential operator is greater than division operator, multiplication operator, plus operator, minus operator, basically addition and subtraction, fine. The precedence of this operator is greater than all of them. The precedence of division operator, multiplication operator is greater than addition and subtraction operator, fine. Plus and minus से ज़्यादा better precedence इनकी है, ये ऊपर आते हैं, fine. So when you have something that is greater in precedence inside, fine, basically the operator that you scanned has lesser precedence than the operator which is inside the stack, then what you'll do? You pop it out first, fine. So you keep on popping till you have operators which are of higher precedence than plus. I'll tell you what I'm saying. See, if I have such operators, fine. So out of all the three, plus has lesser precedence, fine. Say we had one more element, minus, fine. So even if minus has same precedence than this, we'll keep on popping till you haven't exhausted the operators which are higher in precedence to plus or which are similar to precedence of plus, fine. जब तक इसकी precedence से कम कोई नहीं मिल जाता तब तक आप पॉप करते रहोगे. जब तक इसकी precedence से ज़्यादा या इसकी precedence के equal कोई भी operator आपकी stack में है, you keep on popping. So I keep on popping and at the end what will happen? Everything would be popped, fine, from my stack, and then when everything is popped, I'll push this and then I'll push everything back again, which is minus, then divide, then multiply, and then power if I'm correctly remembering it. If there's some change in order, you can do the change, fine. So you pop out everything. Once you pop, then push this scanned operator inside, fine. And if we see parenthesis while popping, then stop and push the scanned operator. What I'm saying is that if you see something like this, this is a I should draw it better, wait. This is a multiplication operator, then you had this bracket, then you had this division operator, fine, and then you had this minus operator, fine. So what you have to do is here, you keep on popping till you encounter any operator which is of same precedence or higher precedence inside the stack. So I pop them out, but this is also of higher precedence, but we will not go till there. Why? Because we have encountered a bracket in between. As soon as you encounter a bracket, push the operators back. Basically what I'm saying is, you popped both of them out, fine. You popped minus out, you popped this out, fine. Now you, as soon as you encounter this bracket, you push this plus inside and then push the remaining operators. Fine. Then you push the remaining operators. Simple. So if the scanned character is an opening bracket, push it to the stack. If the scanned character is a closed bracket, then pop the stack and output it until an opening bracket is encountered. Basically what I'm saying is, I'll tell you, wait. Now if in this case we find out this bracket, fine. Now if we scan this, just imagine we scanned this particular opening bracket, fine, closing bracket. So what we'll do, we'll push it back, fine. Can we push it back? No. What we'll do is, if we had encountered this, pushing could have happened. Right now we have encountered a closing bracket, so I'll pop this until I encounter an opening bracket inside the stack. What I'm saying is, now start popping all this. You pop this, just a minute, you pop this, you pop this, you pop this, and you also pop this, fine. So basically you have popped minus, you've popped division, you've popped plus, and then you popped this opening bracket, fine. Once you get this opening bracket out of the stack, you discard both of them and you just have this expression. Let me tell you, in postfix expressions these brackets do not exist usually, fine. So you discard these brackets and you are left with these operators, fine. So we'll take an example where we can do all this, fine, don't worry. So I will remove all this, and then now you should keep on repeating all of this till all the operands and operators are scanned, basically till you have done everything, you have scanned the whole infix expression. You should repeat these steps. Now let's take a proper example where we can change things, where we can actually implement this whatever we studied, fine. And then in the next part we'll look on a proper coding implementation, fine. Now I'm writing output here and I'll say this is the infix expression that I have, fine. Okay, so here I have brackets, here I have a proper plus operator, I have multiplication operator, everything is there, fine. So first thing is scan. I scan first opening bracket, I push. Why? Because if the scanned character is an opening bracket, push it into the stack. So I pushed it into the stack, fine. I'll erase this stack so that you guys don't get confused, fine. This also. Now I pushed it. Now I encountered an operand. What was our primary goal when we encountered an operand? Print it, fine. So I print it. Then I encounter plus. Whenever this is inside the stack, opening bracket is inside the stack, what you need to do is push it, fine. So I push the plus. Now I come to B. B is also something that I need not keep in stack because it is an operand. I'll simply output it, and then I encounter a closed bracket or a closing bracket. Now if you correctly remember, whenever I encounter a closing bracket, I was suggested to pop the stack until I encounter an opening bracket. So there is an opening bracket, we start popping, we pop this out, we pop plus out, fine. What do we get when we pop plus out? We are left with this, we again pop, fine. So we again pop and we get this, fine. We discard it and print this as the output. Why so? Because pop the stack and output it until this particular expression is encountered. So I have to output this plus, I'll output it, fine, and I have discarded both the brackets. Now I go further, fine, I go further and I check that there is one more operator, which is multiplication operator. Stack is empty, I push it, and then I encounter another operand, fine. I encounter this operand, all I need to do is I need to print it. Now when you are left with one operator, it is clearly written in the last step, do the pop and output until the stack is not empty. So until the stack is empty, you need to pop an output. So I pop this and output this, fine. So the stack becomes empty, and this was your infix expression, this was your postfix expression. Am I clear? This was your infix, this is your postfix expression. अब ट्री से वेरीफाई करें इसे, देखो ये कुछ ऐसा होता. First of all, bracket needs to be computed, so a plus b, and then a multiplication operator, and then c. Now how I can make this tree? Just leave it. I'm just telling you this is the tree. Now let's do the in order traversal. If I do the in order traversal, the first thing I need to do is left subtree, then root, and then right subtree. So left is this one. Again in this, the left is this a. So a, then root, plus, then b. Fine. Then root. Left subtree is done. Then root, which is star, fine, which is multiplication operator, and then right subtree, which is c. So this is infix operation matching, fine. But generally the output would be computed here only, because this is tree, the output is computed here, then the further operation happens. So don't worry about brackets much, fine. Now when I come to the postfix expression, let's do the post order traversal of this, so that we get postfix expression. So what does it suggest? First left, then right, and then root. So if I go to left subtree again, there is a subtree here, again to this left, right, and root. So left is a, right is b, root is plus. Again after this, left is done, right, because if you correctly remember, in postfix it was left, right, and then root, fine. So left subtree is done, I come to the right subtree, right is c only, and then root, which is this. If you see, through both ways, through stack and through tree, we have verified this is the postfix expression. Am I clear? Simple, बहुत आसान है, believe me, this is very very simple. All you need to do is do the dry run a few times and you will get to know how the things are working here, fine, very simple. Now all you need to do is follow us on these social media handles so that you never miss a hiring update, and top 3 comments will stand a chance to win the Prep Insta Prime subscription for free. And in the comment section, now go ahead, implement this particular way of converting infix to postfix expression in code. Try to do that, fine. In the next video I will explain that, but try and do that yourself and post that code in comment section. I'll verify whether it is correct or not. Simple push pop operations से ही होगा. अब तक जो we have done ना, before this we have done peek, pop, push, everything, fine. Is empty, is full. Using these operations only, आप ये implement कर पाओगे, fine. So go ahead, try how to do this. Try writing some conditions yourself. Try figuring out what exactly is needed in code, fine. So through that you'll get a practice of coding. खुद से करके ही सीखोगे. कोई ऐसे spoon feed नहीं कर पाएगा. Fine, I am teaching you the concepts, but now start working yourself. Start writing the code. You're smart enough now. I have taught you enough now that you can try writing code. Fine. If you do some mistakes, I'll correct them. But tell me that in the comment sections. And that's all for today. Just keep doing good for others without any expectation. Good will come back to you. Fine. Thank you.